Hello RC community, I'd just like to share with you a shield pack I was creating. It is three types of shields with a 512 by 512 texture for each one. Um, Basically I've created just three types here, first, second, third, and what I wanted to do was create several different textures for each of these just to kind of help in the creation of a game here. I made it so that it's going to be very easy for you to make your own textures as well, uh, and I just wanted to cover that process with you. Um, what I did here was create several groups in Photoshop. I'm going to actually give you guys the PSDs here so that you can create all your own for shields 1 through 3. I created a group for each texture, and in that is going to be a subgroup of the texture 1 originally and texture 2, which I have not created texture 2s for shields 2 or 3, but I wanted to show you the process of doing so. Um, I quickly just duplicated my group here and edited the second group. So this is texture 1, and after editing, um, this is texture 2. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but like I said, I did it in a few minutes, and I just like to cover the process for those of you who think you can do a little better job than me on the texture creation part and want to just use your own art there. That's completely fine. I just wanted to make it a little easier for you guys to do that by go ahead and organizing it for you. So just by showing you the process, you know, this PSD contains all of the textures and is fairly well organized with the naming. I haven't finished yet, but once it's done, it should be a little better named. What you want to do is go ahead and duplicate the group, create it, and call it whatever texture you're working on. So in my case, I'm doing the second texture for Shield 2. So I'd go ahead and say OK, move this below texture 1 and hide texture 1. Now you can do any of your edits here directly. Select by holding Control and clicking on it, and you can select just the wood and completely replace it if you'd like this to be metal. For all the shields, the top portion of the UV layout is going to be the back of the shield, and the front version right here is going to be bottom. You can add new layers in this group, do whatever you'd like, change the color, if you need any, change the color overlay, do whatever you normally do. I highly recommend a free trial version of Texture Forge. Filter Forge, that's how new it is. I just got it. Those of you who already know about it, it's a great tool and it works very nicely in Photoshop. You can basically choose from all sorts of different filters and just create a way. It's just as a quick example, I made this metal texture here very quickly with it, and I'd just like to show you what you can actually do just as a real quick example. So I have the free metal pack installed here, and you can actually choose to apologize here. You have to select everything first. There we go. Go here to free metal pack. So there's all sorts of different versions, but you can do diamond plating. It looks really nice once it renders here of an example. You have all sorts of different presets that you can choose from, and everything from beginning to end. You can try just this metalizer, which works very nicely, what I did for the main front part here. And everything has its own presets which you can change, especially lighting and the tint of everything and the size. So it works very good, and I highly recommend it. So basically, once you do that, you're going to save out the image. So I've used pings.pngs for all of these. In the file that you're going to be getting, all you'll have to do is extract the main .rar file, and everything's going to be laid out pretty nicely as far as shield 1, and then in that is going to be all of the subgroups of the different textures. So texture 1, texture 2, texture 3. I'll probably only include 2 textures and just let you guys create the rest of them, and include the PSD with that as well. For the models themselves, they're very low poly. 500 for the 2 sets here, which I haven't finished, and UVs are simple. I just wanted to keep this very simple and neat and easy to edit. So if you have any more questions, please give me a comment or send me a message on the RC forums. But I hope you guys can get some use out of this. Alright? Thanks.